Okay, so this text on Islamic prayer you sent over, wow, it's really got me thinking, you know? I
Yeah.
never quite thought about prayer this way before.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique perspective.
It is. Right from the beginning, you can tell this author. They're challenging the conventional understanding of prayer.
Absolutely. Instead of just focusing on the rituals and the movements, they're really arguing it's about something much bigger, more transformative even.
Yeah. And what I find so fascinating is, they're doing all this by drawing on traditional Islamic thought. Like,
Huh.
right, they're using the Quran, they're using Hadith, all these foundational texts, but then they kind of take them in a direction you don't often see.
Right. It's not like they're rejecting tradition entirely. It's more like they're uncovering these deeper layers of meaning, emphasizing personal growth, social responsibility. Like, these things are all extensions of prayer.
Yeah. It's like they're saying, okay, forget what you think you know about prayer. Let's really unlock its true potential for changing ourselves and the world around us.
Exactly. Like, there's this one part where they break down, common words associated with prayer: standing, sitting, bowing.
Right, the physical postures.
Exactly. Actions we usually just associate with the physical, but they're revealing this whole other layer of meaning.
It's like they've got a secret code.
Kinda, yeah. They're showing how these words provide a metaphorical blueprint for approaching life's challenges.
Okay, I like that.
So instead of just going through the motions, this author is pushing us to see prayer as this continuous state of mindful awareness that should guide all our actions, both internally in our own pursuit of self-improvement and externally in how we impact the world around us.
And isn't that where the concept of jihad comes in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is often so misunderstood, I think,
Definitely.
especially in the West.
For sure.
So they're not talking about holy war here, right?
No, not at all.
Which is, I think, how a lot of people tend to view that word.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those terms that gets thrown around a lot, often without really understanding its deeper meaning.
Okay, so how would you say this author is redefining jihad then?
Well, they frame it as this personal and societal struggle for justice, for aligning oneself with the divine will.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, it's a much more nuanced and I think demanding understanding. It's not just about, physical fighting or anything like that.
Right.
It's about this constant effort to overcome our own shortcomings, our own internal struggles, while also working to make the world around us a better place.
Yeah, so it's like they're saying true prayer, it should push us to be better in all aspects of our lives.
Exactly.
Not just, on our prayer rug.
Yeah, it's about bridging that gap between our spiritual lives and our actions in the world.
And this is something they connect to specific historical events too, right?
Yes, definitely.
Like there's that section where they quote those verses from the Quran.
Oh, you mean like the ones about the early Muslims in Medina?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's like verses 4.97102 or something around there.
Yeah, those are powerful verses.
They are. But I'm curious, how does the author tie that back to prayer?
Well, basically, they see a parallel between the struggles of those early Muslims who are facing persecution, even violence for their beliefs, and the situation of Palestinians today.
It's definitely a bold comparison to make.
It is, but they're arguing that Palestinians today, they're facing a similar kind of oppression and displacement that those early Muslims did.
Okay, so it's like they're saying history is repeating itself.
In a way, yes. And that this historical comparison, it should serve as a call to action for Muslims today.
So not just to pray for change.
Right, but to actually be the change.
To actively work for justice, even if it means taking a stand against powerful forces.
Exactly.
Wow, it's a really powerful message.
It is. It challenges us to think about how our faith should be shaping our actions in the world.
And I think this ties back to that whole redefinition of jihad too.
Absolutely.
It's not just about, personal piety. It's about recognizing that our spiritual lives, they have these real world implications.
Yeah.
And require us to stand up for what we believe in.
It's a lived faith.
Yeah. Not just something we talk about.
Right.
It's about action.
Bridging that gap between faith and action, which is something I think we all grapple with.
For sure.
Yeah.
So where do we go from here? Because this is where the author really brings it all together, right?
Yeah.
They really do. It's like they're saying, look, you've prayed, you've reflected on yourself, now go out and live it.
Right. It's about embodying those values, not just in words, but in deeds.
Yeah. There's this one line that really stuck with me. They say, every promise we make in our prayers, every commitment we make to better ourselves becomes a debt we owe to the divine. It's like we're held accountable.
Absolutely. It's not just about going through the motions, It's about that alignment
Hmm.
between our inner world and our outward actions.
Yeah, and that could feel kind of overwhelming sometimes.
Oh, for sure. It's a lifelong journey.
Yeah, but it's like, remember how they break down those simple words?
You mean like standing and sitting?
Yeah, and setting aside, it's like,
Mhm.
it's almost like they're giving us a practical roadmap.
Kind of like a guide for navigating the complexities of life.
Exactly. Knowing when to act, when to pause, when to let go.
And through it all, remembering that we're serving something greater than ourselves.
This whole deep dive has been, I don't know, it's really got me thinking. What about you? What really resonated with you in all of this?
You know, for me, it's that reminder, that faith, regardless of what form it takes, should be a catalyst for action. Whether or not you connect with this author's interpretation of Islamic prayer, I think that underlying message is universal.
It is.
Our beliefs, they should inspire us to make the world a better place.
Beautifully put. Beautifully put. And I think that's the perfect note to end on. But before we go, one final thought for you to ponder.
Okay.
How can we apply this concept of living prayer in our own lives? What does it mean for you to align your actions with your values, to make each day an act of devotion to something bigger than yourself? Keep those questions close. Let them guide you. Until next time.